are live back here in Dubai for the first semi-final of the men's doubles IBF International Bowling Federation World Championships here in Dubai 2021. We are at the home of course, Expo 2020 Dubai, the most amazing place if you haven't been here yet. It's absolutely incredible, full of lights, full of sparkles, and full of stars, because now we have Sweden versus Lithuania in the first semi-final match for the men, taking on, of course, this position to hopefully become the world champions. Joining me alongside us in the commentary booth from the US team, AJ Johnson. AJ, how are you, my friend?
Doing well, how are you? Good.
So we've the ladies have gone through and we've seen the finals taking place, and the men are already off. Look at this.
They are off and rolling.
Wow.
With 10 back.
Super start there. William Svensson. Now, William's teammate is the new world singles champion, James Blumgren, from last night. He is the world champion. Gosh, these guys are going quick, huh?
They're off and rolling.
Now, Lithuania, how are they a nation in the world bowling perspective? James, AJ?
I haven't seen much of them until this week. They've got a younger kid that's bowling for them. I believe he's bowling anchor.
Okay.
That has really shown some spotlights this week. He's bowled really, really well.
Now you're looking at James Blumgren, last night crowned here at Dubai around about midnight as the new IBF World Singles Men's Champion. He's had not a lot of sleep. I was chatting to him earlier on today, but he looks like that concentration, the steely-eyed look is in the eyes.
Very unlike him.
Very unlike him. Last night, literally, I don't think I saw him do a shot like that, and you can see he thinks the same as well.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think he liked that much either, and yeah, very unlike him. I've watched him bowl the singles, the one-game matches to get to the singles, and I watched him bowl with his teammate, and I don't know that I saw him miss or do that.
I was just about to ask you that, because I wasn't expecting that. What was he trying to? What was he attempting there?
I think he was just trying to get the count.
Okay.
Making sure that he at least got a pin.
Okay.
And to secure, a couple of extra pins going forward.
Now moving up, this is the young Lithuanian bowler that AJ was talking about. Looks like he's just come out from a school break, doesn't he? He's
I think so.
Young lad. Now, tell us about the style of bowling that he's bowling tonight and striking away. Goodness me. What an amazing shot that was. Larinis Narishis, of course.
I've watched him do that quite a bit this week. His ball, when it hits the pocket, hits that 1-3, it's got a lot of power behind it, and it's like a truck moving through those pins.
Wow, where does that power come from? He's got some hidden muscles underneath that Lithuanian top.
That two-handed style. I know you guys had a two-hander on the singles.
Yeah, one of the Finnish players last night had it actually in the final. Let me just recap that in a minute. I will tell you, it was Thomas Keiko last night. He's a double-hander. Is that what you call it?
Yeah, we call it the two-handed delivery.
Okay.
And it's I know Dom had talked about that quite a bit, and it's just it's a very modern way of delivering the bowling ball, and allows guys to create a little bit more revolutions, a little bit power behind it to get those pins to mix up.
What stops you evolving maybe your own version of the way to bowl the ball, because you've got the traditional way and then somebody does it that way, and you think, again, Swedes are using that same technique to great success. Is there any other way that you could develop a way to bowl the ball?
You could. I've actually tried it a little bit, and what I do with one hand, I can't do two-handed. It just doesn't really work out all that well for me. I've tried it, and it's just it was no good. No good.
We'll leave that one there. Okay, as we strike after strike. Now we are moving at a pace unlike we have seen in the singles yesterday.
Correct.
I mean, these guys and girls from the first semi-finals are literally tearing through these matches.
Yeah, and that's a big turkey to start that match. 3 strikes in a row for Lithuania, and I'd have to say they're kind of the underdogs in this match. Obviously, with James winning last night, he's been on these 2 lanes before. He's gotten used to the atmosphere, so he has an idea of what's going on. And the way that Team Sweden has been bowling this week, they've been bowling very, very well.
James Blumgren, as we just mentioned, is the new world men's singles final champion, coming in again, leaving the 7-pin. Unlike anything again like he did last night.
Yeah, he struck quite a bit last night, and he hasn't shot at many of those this week, I don't think.
I suppose, you've just become crowned the world singles men's champion. That phrase that we talked about earlier. you must kind of, to carry on again and do it the next night, you have to be a bit of a robot to do that. I mean, you must be kind of tossing and turning in your bed at night thinking, oh, wow.
Yeah,
wow.
You know, it's one of those things where you enjoy it in the moment, but know that you still have work to do the rest of the week.
Yeah.
You still have to show up and be present for your teammate in the finals.
It's like a gentleman who was here at Expo 2020 this very morning. The fastest man in the world, Usain Bolt, was here. And of course, you know, when the athletics happens in the Olympics, he runs the 100 meters, wins that. But then he's got the 200 meters and possibly the relay to do. So you can't go out and, you know, party too much or enjoy.
Not at all. The ability that we as athletes have to compartmentalize a lot the success and being able to show up and perform right after is pretty special.
Team Lithuania there, absolutely dominating their bowling at the moment, and the crowd are loving it. Do they know they're on telly? They probably don't. They're on telly, as we call it in England, TV in America, or around the world, telly. I haven't said that word for many, many years.
I don't know that I've heard it very often either.
Television, yes. Sorry, nobody says that anymore. So
the Lithuanians are off to a very good start, putting together a four-bagger. I think Sweden's going to have to get it going here if they want to answer.
Sweden's been
just like that.
Just like that.
Just as I say it.
You called it. You are the man. We've seen a lot of Sweden in this championship, or these championships in the finals certainly. Of course, Sweden in this one. We've got Sweden versus your teammates from the US after this one in the second semi-final. Is there a revolution in bowling in Sweden currently?
Sweden has had a lot of good players for quite some time now, and they've been one of our biggest competitors over the past few years. Couple of their bowlers come over and bowl on the PBA tour, bowl professionally. So we get to see them fairly often, but a lot of the ones that don't come over, that compete across the world, are very good in their own regards. So it's no surprise to see the success that they're having.
AJ, we just saw that ball there. Looked like it was going to slide off down the left of the lane, but literally just gripped in. Now, was that meant to be, or was there kind of a little bit of an error in that ball?
I think he got it a little bit further off than what he wanted, but I do think he was planning for it to catch like that and to knock it over.
See, I'm 24 hours into this commentary, and I'm kind of learning it as we go along. I spotted that.
I like it.
Well, we are going to keep AJ Johnson with us for the whole of the evening through to the finals. We've locked the door. He can't get out, and he's going to be sitting next to me. We've supplied him with no less than plenty of cans of sustainable water to keep him here. And is it? No, yes, no.
That would have been a great break for them to catch a double there if that would have fallen. I think that has something to do with the new pins. They put brand new pins in for with the new lanes, and the bottoms of them are not as rounded off as pins that have been used quite a bit, so you don't get those to fall over as like...
They got more of a flat bottom. Yeah. Okay. James Bloomwood coming in, #1 player in the world. The final last night, of course, the world champion. There he goes, cleaning up there with that one. Just to let you know, of course, we mentioned it earlier on, if you would like to watch bowling in a whole new landscape, you go on to the App Store, download Strike Cloud 360, brought to you by YPVR, the best VR company in the world. They are taking bowling further than it's ever gone before, to a brand new future where you can experience, listen to this, a fully immersive experience, virtual reality of tonight's proceedings as we are here live in Dubai. What more could you want? If you can't be here, you can be there in a virtual world anyway.
And it's pretty amazing, but it's only fitting for where we're at here at Expo. The technology advancement that I've seen just walking around this place is truly incredible.
You know, last night I was coming here, and if anybody who's watching these championships around the world is not aware, Expo 2020 is a celebration of the world coming together with mobility, sustainability, and of course, last night there was a drone display above the Chinese pavilion with 10,000 drones flying around in formation.
That's unbelievable.
Lighting up the sky. Talking of lighting up the sky, excuse the pun, William comes in for the Swedish team and strikes out there. Super shot there.
Yeah, that was about as good as you can do right there. He's gonna need his partner to back him up if they want to stay in this match.
So Team Lithuania taking on, of course, Team Sweden in the first and semi-final matches tonight to find out who's the best doubles team in the world.
I think that one was a little inside. I don't know if he liked that one a little bit, but it held quite nicely for him and struck. And the Lithuanians are putting it on the Swedes right now.
Well, they liked it, high-fiving each other as they did well there. Coming up as our next semi-final match, we have Team Sweden again taking on the US of A. USA.
That's right. That's right.
We've got your compatriots, Chris Prather and Andrew Anderson, coming through, of course, after this game. Good buddies of yours, good friends of yours.
Absolutely.
Now, you have to keep it unbiased during these comms, all right, for that one?
I'll just fist pump a little bit.
Okay, you fist pump, you can fist pump away. Here we go, James Blumgren. What's he got? Easy, there we go.
That's a little more like it.
That's a little bit better, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a little more like what we've seen from him before.
Look at that. There he is, making a shot there through.
That's as good as it gets.
Now, when you bowl in the lanes indoors, the kind of the ambience that you get from, say, a crowd or people, spectators, do you hear it more because obviously you've got a closed-in roof space?
Sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think the sound does definitely. You hear it more. It echoes a little bit more. It projects more indoors versus out here. You have the open air, and not to take away from what you just asked, but when that kid from Lithuania strikes, he strikes a lot. His ball goes through the pins so well, and when he sees it do that, it's almost like he doesn't stop. It's just like he just presses repeat.
He's almost, kind of fearless in the way that he's approaching it at the moment. As they're leading here, 189 points. Terry, oh, look at that. A young lady there, brought to probably first bowling match.
Future world champion.
You read my mind. That's what I was going to exactly say. Could that be a future ladies world champion? You never know. Let's hope so. Team Sweden keeping up there, but it looks like it's going to be just don't put a commentator's curse on it, Lee, before I say it. But Lithuania moving ahead here.
I think they've got this match wrapped up. And as we say it.
Commentator's curse. Do you know, I was looking at that ball as it was coming down the lane, and I was going to say strike just before it hit it. I'm quite glad I didn't, actually.
Yeah, I think he knew that he got away with the last one that got inside a little bit, and I think he felt like he could do it again and to see where that ball stayed on line. But given the atmosphere and how these lanes are changing so fast because of the heat, because of the lane surface, that spot just went away that fast.
Well, that was my next question. As the evening goes on, now after these rounds, this batch of semi-finals, the lanes will be re-oiled, ready for the two finals.
Correct.
So after the first final, which is the ladies' final, it will be then re-oiled after that. But as we've gone on so far, what is your view of what we're seeing, how the lanes are reacting to the atmosphere that we are experiencing in Dubai?
I'm definitely seeing a lot of the lines, on the right side. There hasn't been a lot of play on the left, so I feel like James has a little bit more of a fresh line that hasn't really changed all that much. Now on the right side, you've had some lines from the girls before. Obviously now with the guys starting, you're going to see that oil trying to go away a little bit. You're going to see the lanes transition, guys moving a little bit further left. Speaking on the right for righties. Now when you add in the heat and you add in the lane surface, they change very quickly. And I think a couple of the righties are starting to see that right now. And so they're going to have to pay attention and stay ahead of what we call stay ahead of the moves.
Okay. Right now, it looks like we are going to be seeing something that is going to be dramatic. Is James going to keep the Swedes in this semi-final match?
Gotta have it. And he does.
Oh, he does indeed. Great shot. He's got that eye of the tiger, as we said last night. Getting back to that wonderful film. Yes, look at that. Cool hand, James.
I've seen that stare a lot this week.
Have you played it much at all?
Yeah.
You have?
Yeah, we actually, me and my doubles partner lost to William and James Blumgren in the one-game roll-off. They bowled 279 at us. They had the front nine.
Wow. 279.
They put it on us.
Well, you're going to see they've been playing well. I think that happens in tournaments. I mean, not from experience, obviously, but when you get into that groove, once you've done that, you know, it's very hard to kind of take them off of that line, isn't it? Like, if you've got a team you're facing who are really good and in the groove. Here we go, James again.
It's like we said, the only defense in bowling is what happens at the pins.
World champion, great shot there. Now, as we see this formation of the World Championships take a different way that it's gone before, as a bowler yourself, are you enjoying this format of bowling? Are you enjoying the team sport?
I absolutely love the team competition.
Now, this is a moment that is going to be huge for international bowling. Lithuania are on the edge of going into the World Finals.
Just needs to fill the frame.
And he does it. That is as good as you could want it to be. Lithuania are going to be taking on another Swedish pair in the World IBF Championship Finals. And a shot like that is special.
Absolutely. When you need one and to get yourself into the finals, you couldn't throw it much better.
Well, you're looking, I mean, we're seeing players here, Larius, of course, perform something that he's done all of this match. He's got another shot coming up here. Let's have a look at this.
Like I said before, when his ball strikes, it just strikes. There's so much power behind it and so much force that I'm surprised that when he leaves something on the lane.
As you can see, the animated Lithuanian supporters are on the edge of their seats.
They have been behind them all week and have lived and died on every shot that these guys have thrown.
Let's have a look. Here we go. Oh, just missed that 10 pin there, but what a score. We're going to see the final scores come up on the screen. Oh, somebody looks very happy. I wonder if that's sister, girlfriend, friend, teammate.
I'm not sure. I know they're teammates, but I'm not sure about. I'm not sure of the other ones. I haven't figured that out.
We'll leave that there before we start bowling rumors off before we know it.
No,
we'll get in trouble. So there we have it. We see Lithuania with a score of 243 going through to the finals, beating Team Sweden 226, and of course that sees them in a playoff of the final between either another Swedish team, which is going to be Jesper Svensson, and Pontus Andersson taking on your teammates AJ, Chris Prather and Andrew Anderson. What are you thinking about that semi-final?
I think this is this has been gearing up for a great match. You know, two players from Sweden that have competed against us in our states on our tour. They're great players in their own regards. Jesper has been one of the best players in the world for many years. He's won some pretty big titles on the PBA tour. You know, versus two guys that I feel like bowl extremely well together. They won a PBA national title, doubles title together, and now they're competing in the finals together for Team USA.
Well, we're going to be back with that second men's semi-final doubles match just in a couple of moments here from Dubai. Don't forget, you are watching the IBF World Championships Dubai 2021, live from the heart of Expo 2020 Dubai.